I promise you, the time to create the future that we all want is right now. I promise you this. More women are leading than we have ever seen before. More women are opening up businesses and keeping them open than we have ever seen before. More women are leading governments than we have ever seen before. More women are getting advanced degrees and will soon be the majority of the workforce, says NPR, just at the end of last year, than ever before. So we have education, we have power, we have the brains, we have the economy. We've got all of these things working in our favor. So listen, you need to own this. You need to own that it's your time. You need to own that the world is ready for you. You helped elect, I don't know if you realize this, 142 women to the US Congress last year. And that's the largest number we've ever seen in history. In the past 20 years, the number of women-owned businesses in the US has increased by 114%. There are 11.6 million women-owned businesses in America right now. And those businesses, incidentally, are earning $1.7 trillion. Welcome, my sisters, to the age of the woman. Welcome to this time in our life where we are seeing a second wave of the rise of the matriarchy. And that's what I want you to understand. You are literally living in and creating her story right now. And it's time for all of us to spring into action and step into our power. Now, as much as I'm all about all of this right now, please know I was not always, all right? Because the world got a hold of me. Isn't that kind of what happens? So I was raised in a family. We had a really tight-knit, extended family. We were all sort of raised in the same area. The three sisters, the moms, had all these kids. So there were 7 boys and me. Now, you know what happens when there are 7 of them and 1 of me, right? You know what that creates. It creates a really tough, mouthy and fearless and bossy kid, right? Because I had to compete with these boys. So when I got into grade school, I was all of that. I was so great with all of this strength. My mom was proud. My grandmother was loving it. But when I got to school, I was told that I was too much. I was too loud. I was too aggressive, too hard-headed, too much like the boys. And I promise you, my mom was actually told by my teacher that she needed to break my spirit when I was in kindergarten. So I eventually became more feminine. I mean, you know, I wanted friends, right? I understood the pressure even as a little kid that being too tough or too sure of yourself or too mouthy was not going to fly. So I wanted friends. I started to be more feminine. I got it at like 7 or 8. How sad is that, right? So I then got into junior high and high school. And as I grew older, I was told by society now that I wasn't enough. So I was big. I stepped into small. And now I was told that I still wasn't good enough. I wasn't thin enough. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I mean, I actually remember my high school guidance counselor telling me to choose a job that didn't require a college degree. So ultimately, the world was telling me I wasn't enough, right? Now, I know I'm speaking to my sisters here, and I know you get it. But here's the thing. I chose not to listen, ever. I chose not to buy into what they said. I chose not to believe any of it because this is my story. This is what I get to create. I don't have control of what happens around me, but I got control of all of this. Are you with me? Now, I'm just going to drop a few things on you. And you have to know that as I drop these things, it's not from a place of, you know, filling my own cup and trying to be better. I'm telling you this because I'm writing my story. I've now had a business for 24 years. I've had a radio and television show. I've written 5 books, 1 that was a bestseller, just bizarre, right? I lead a state women's organization and I motivate almost 30,000 women a day in the Southwest and West. I'm on a leadership staff with 12 other women who run a 4.3 million member women's organization. I work as a chief of staff for a US congressional candidate, and this is my 3rd campaign that I've run in that role. I founded a life-changing nonprofit that's helped over 48,000 people. Now, again, I don't tell you this because I'm trying to brag. I tell you this because I need you to get in the depths of your being that you are the only one who gets to write your story. You're it. This is about your choice. This is about you deciding that you're going to live your life the way you choose, right? Not allowing other people to tell you what your value is.